Hello students, our today's topic is angiosperm. This is fifth division of plant kingdom. So this angiosperm word is again derived from two words. Angios means covered and sperma means seed. Their seeds are covered in fruit walls. They are present inside the ovule, and ovule is present inside the ovary. Later on ovary converts into the fruit, so we can say their seeds are covered with fruit walls because seeds are formed after fertilization. So these are mainly terrestrial plant, some of them are aquatic also. So they also show a large variation in their shape and size, like they are from very small like Wolffia, a few inches, to very tall plant Eucalyptus whose height is more than 100 meters. Their body is well differentiated into root, stem, leaves, fruits and flowers. See, these fruits and flowers are exclusively present only in angiosperms. These are key features of them. Their vascular tissues are well developed. Xylem and phloem, as all the members like xylem contain tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber, and phloem contains sieves, tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. All the components of xylem and phloem are present in angiosperm. They are not present in lower group. Their vascular systems are comparatively poor than angiosperm. Their reproductive organ is flower. So you know a flower is a modified shoot. Flower is actually what? A modified shoot. You see, if you see a stem, here nodes and internodes are there. You know leaves arise from the nodes only. So if these are reduced, these distance between the two nodes are reduced, so the condition of this will be like this. So we can say it has converted into a flower. So a flower has two types of group of leaves which are called whorls. The outer two are called accessory whorls because they do not take part in reproduction directly, but they help the flower to protect in bud state and they help in pollination. Inner two parts are called reproductive whorls. So the inner part, which is in the form of thread-like structure called filament and which has attached a yellow blob-like structure on it, is called anther. So that complete structure is called stamen. They are male reproductive part of the angiosperms, and the group of stamen is called androecium. The innermost part of the flower is carpel, which has three structures in it. You studied in 10th class: stigma, style and an ovary. The top part, this part is called stigma. It provides platform for landing of pollen grain. This neck is called style. It provides path for the pollen tube. And this lower swollen part is called ovary. Ovary contains ovule and ovule contains embryo sac inside it. So the ovaries, these carpels may be united or free. If they are united, it is called syncarpous condition. If they are free, it is called apocarpous condition. The group of carpel is called gynoecium. The female reproductive whorl of the plant is called gynoecium, and male reproductive whorl of the plant is called androecium, and the group of petal is called corolla, and group of sepal is called calyx. We will be discussing in detail regarding them in our next chapter, chapter 5. So the anther produces pollen grain, and pollen grain mature into a male gametophyte, which is a three-celled structure. It contains two male gametes and one vegetative cell or nuclei. and female gametophyte is comparatively more elaborated in the form of embryo sac. It contains 7 cells and 8 nuclei. So the description of this is 3 antibodal cell, 2 polar nuclei in the form of a central cell, 2 synergids and 1 ovum. So there are 7 cells and 8 nuclei, and angiosperm exhibits double fertilization. Out of these 2 male gametes, one fuses with ovum to form zygote. This is called syngamy or first fertilization. And the second male gamete fertilizes the 2 polar nuclei. So since the fusion of 3 nuclei is occurring, it is known as triple fusion, and the resultant cell is called PEN, P-E-N, primary endosperm nucleus. This primary endosperm nucleus later develop into endosperm, a tissue that provides nourishment to the developing embryo. So this way, the male and female gametophyte of the angiosperm is also short-lived. They are confined to a very short period of the time. So in angiosperm also the life cycle is having dominant phases in the form of sporophytic phase. So their life cycle is also of diplontic type. Like gymnosperm, angiosperms also has a life cycle of diplontic type. They show a clear-cut alternation of generation. Haploid phase changes to diploid and diploid phase changes to haploid. But the dominant phase is diploid, so life cycle is of diplontic type. Further, this angiosperm is subdivided into 2 groups on the basis of the cotyledons or seed leaf present in them. So, which has 1 cotyledon are monocots like wheat, rice, maize, coconut, and which has 2 cotyledons like gram, pea, peanuts, almond, etc. Monocots have fibrous root and dicots have taproot. Monocots has parallel venation in leaf and dicots has reticulate venation in the leaves. These are some features which differentiate monocot from dicot. We have studied in our 9th class. So, as a conclusion, we can say the angiosperm is the most developed and most advanced division of plant kingdom. Thank you.